NCAA Division I AA National Championship, the preseason dream of 86 college football teams nationwide. Only one team could win it, and when it was all over, the dream turned into a Cinderella story for Montana State University as the Bobcats completed the greatest turnaround in the history of college football. It was the third national football title for Montana State, and perhaps the most difficult earned. The road to Charleston, South Carolina, and the national championship game was a challenging one for second-year coach Dave Arnold and his Bobcat team. Picked to finish last in all of the preseason polls after an injury-filled 1-10 season in 1983, Montana State showed a renewed enthusiasm when they opened the 1984 season at home against Mesa College, a finalist in the NAIA National Championship game the past two seasons.
3 to go in the third quarter. Oh, it is blocked. Tyler Winter tracking it down, still loose, and the Bobcats will have it inside the 25-yard line of Mesa. In motion right to left comes David Pant. And the give is to Miller, the fullback, and he's gone all the way. There is nobody home, and Eric Miller gets the touchdown run of 28 yards. Touchdown for fullback Eric Miller.
Following a road loss to Eastern Washington, the Bobcats traveled to Moscow, Idaho to battle the Vandals of the University of Idaho. The Big Sky opener was an important one for Montana State as the Bobcats set the tone for the entire 1984 season. Trailing 14-0 early, the Cardiac Kids, as they would later be tabbed, came back for an impressive victory.
They lob it up in the end zone. Baker's got a mismatch on the left side. There it is, the rainbow. Baker's there. Touchdown! Second down and 8, Sloan to throw. He has a lot of time again, comes over the middle. It is tipped up and intercepted by Kimball. Kimball at the 38-yard line of the Bobcats comes up with his second interception of the night. Bradley, here comes the blitz, gets rid of it over the middle, completes it to Clements to the 30. He may go all the way. 20, 15, 10. He's going to score. He does it. Second down and goal. Bradley to Clements going wide right. He's going to score. Touchdown. Oh, Timmy Clements is having a night.
After a home loss to Idaho State the following week, the Bobcats took the word defeat out of their vocabulary. Weber State College was next on the Bobcat hit list, and it was a road game that few of the so-called experts gave the Bobcats a chance of winning. But when it was all over, a 48-0 MSU victory sent out a message to the rest of the Big Sky that the Bobcats were for real. The victory was the beginning of a winning streak that would carry the Bobcats all the way to Charleston. The Bobcats' next opponent was their toughest to date, the Wolfpack of the University of Nevada, Reno, the defending Big Sky champions. It was a seesaw game that saw the Bobcats jump to an early lead, but have to come back from an 8-point fourth quarter deficit to send the game into overtime. It took not one, but 4 extra periods before the game would be decided.
Bradley to throw again, over the middle, complete to McNeil. Right in, he'll go in for the touchdown! 15-yard toss! Baker goes in motion to the right side. Bradley to throw to the left side to Tommy White. He's there. Touchdown! Nice catch, Tommy White! Boom! Pizzo rolling out left, and he is caught by Fellows. Bradley to throw. A lot of time, blitzes on, lets it go over the middle. Caught and touchdown! The Bobcats win it! Oh, it's off the road. I believe it was David Pant. I'm not positive, because he is buried by blue jerseys. Oh, a throw by Bradley. It's all over. The Bobcats win it in overtime, and the fans go crazy.
Montana State then took a break from league play to host the Vikings of Portland State University in the 1984 homecoming game. Jumping to a 31-6 halftime lead, the Bobcats coasted to their third straight win. on the line for the Bobcats next as they hosted Boise State University the following week. The big play turned out to be the key for the Bobcats as MSU picked up a 22-18 victory and first place in the Big Sky standings.
Jones and Pant, the twin setbacks behind Bradley, who wants to throw. The blitz is on. He lets it go. Right sidelines, completes it. Dietrich gets away to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown! Darren Dietrich on a nifty move after the catch gets his second touchdown. Shote fakes the draw, keeps it, goes down over the middle. Is going to be too long. Intercepted by Kimball at the 20-yard line. Dougie Kimball gets his second interception, brings it back to the Bobcat 24. Bradley to throw. The blitz is on over the middle to Jesse Jones out of the backfield. Breaks one tackle, breaks two, gets outside, continues down the far sideline. Has blockers, cuts back in, still going. He's inbounds. Gets another block down the sidelines of 15 to 10. And he will go in for the touchdown. Jesse Jones, 80 yards. Shote with the call, sends Francis in motion to the left. Shote to throw, looks out the left side. Now he's going to be sacked by Fellows again inside the 20. Mark Fellows with another big play.
Next up, the Bobcats took the 200-mile trek to Missoula to battle the University of Montana in the 84th meeting between the two schools. In one of the oldest rivalries in college football, the old cliche, records can be thrown out the window, is always prevalent. Finding themselves trailing 24-12 at halftime, the Bobcats used an impressive offense and a stifling defense in the second half to outscore the Grizzlies 22-0 and go on to a 34-24 victory.
Kelly Davis split out to the near side. Darren Dietrich to the top. Bradley's going over the middle for Joe Bignell. Oh, my. Touchdown and 10 from the 10. And Tom White wide open in the end zone. Touchdown. We have ourselves a football game. Montana State back on top. Bad throw. That one's picked off. Kurt Timmer, the inside linebacker. Second down and 7. Pant on the sweep. Lots of room. Spornowig back to pass. And that one is picked off. Rodney Holland. Bignell in motion. He fakes it and wide open in the end zone.
Montana State then locked up their 9th Big Sky Conference title since the league's inception in 1963 when they handled the Lumberjacks at Northern Arizona University 41-3 in Bozeman.
Wingback right side, Bradley to throw, has time over the middle. There's Bignell, completes it. Down in Lumberjack territory, gets away at the 30, the 25 to the 20, down to the 15-yard line inside the 15. Bignell able to maintain his balance and kept on rumbling. Bradley to throw, lobs it up right corner. There's Kelly Davis, makes the catch, touchdown. Nice throw, nice catch, touchdown Bobcat. Nice. Bradley to throw, a lot of time. Steps up now, running out of time. Now cocks the arm over the middle, wide open is Dietrich. He completes it. The 30 to the 25, the 20, looking for a block. 15 down to the 10 and out of bounds. First and goal from the 6. Bradley left corner of the end zone. Tommy White there, touchdown. Bennett to throw. Has time down the left sideline. Rodney Hollins there, he picks it off. Back up the sideline, needs a block. Will he get it? He gets one. Inside the 50, down to the 40-yard line of Northern Arizona.
The regular season with a 9-2 record and 7 straight wins and tied for the second spot in the 1AA final poll. The playoffs would be next, but just how did the Bobcats earn their first ever berth in the 1AA playoffs? In championship seasons, many say it was a total team effort, and that was never more true than in 1984 for the Bobcats. Arnold put together a solid coaching staff which included 5 new coaches. That, along with a solid nucleus of returnees and a championship attitude, helped the Bobcats on their way. In the preseason, it was said that the Bobcat defense would be the team strength, and they more than lived up to those expectations. Led by All-America selection Mark Fellows, the Cat defense always seemed to come up with the big play. Fellows, a 6'1", 1.5-inch, 225-pound senior defensive end from Shoto, had an honor-filled senior season. He ended the year with 126 total tackles, 30 quarterback sacks for minus 199 yards, 4 fumble recoveries, and 1 interception. Fellows was named as the Big Sky's most valuable defensive player and earned a spot in the league's first team unit for the second straight season. He topped off his season by being named to both the Kodak and the Associated Press first-team All-America teams. And he also played in the annual East-West Shrine Game in California. Junior Doug Kimball set a school record with 10 interceptions from his free safety position. He, along with senior nose guard Lonnie Burt, joined fellows on the first-team Big Sky defensive unit and were honorable mention All-America selections. Second-team league honors went to defensive tackle Tex Sikora, linebacker Kirk Timmer, defensive end Clete Linebarger, and strong safety Joe Roberts. Tackle Troy Timmer earned honorable mention honors, and the Bobcats also got strong play from cornerbacks Rodney Holland, Derek Abel, and William Johnson, and senior linebacker Greg Wilkes. Most of the Bobcats' preseason question marks concern the offense. Montana State entered the 1984 season with an unproven quarterback, an inexperienced backfield, and a young offensive line. The question marks were answered, and an explosive Bobcat offense set or tied 34 MSU school, 7 Big Sky, and 6 NCAA 1AA playoff records. Sophomore quarterback Kelly Bradley and senior tight end Joe Bignell were the biggest weapons for the Bobcats in their record-breaking season. Bradley, a 6'3", 200-pounder, was the Big Sky's most valuable player and a third-team All-America selection. He passed for 4,477 yards and 38 touchdowns in setting nearly every single season and career passing and total offense record. Bradley was joined in the first-team Big Sky unit by his favorite target, Joe Bignell. The massive 6'4", 240-pound Bignell set every MSU receiving record with 88 catches for 1,149 yards and 6 touchdowns. His career stats read 169 catches for 1,867 yards, all school records. The offensive line did a remarkable job of protecting the quarterback with great game-to-game consistency. Senior tackle Bill Schmidt and junior guard Bruce Randall, the right side of the Bobcat offensive line, both earned all Big Sky first-team honors and joined with Bignell as honorable mention All-America selection. Rob Fellows is one of the league's outstanding centers, and Don Lake and Todd Basie emerged as competitive starters from a pack that included Doug Richards and Jamie Smith. The Bobcat offensive linemen, beset with early season injuries to starters Bruce Brockman, Steve Cornelia, and Dave Kuchar, won't have their names next to the offensive records, but their contributions were immeasurable. Along with Bignell, the Bobcat receiver corps had some big play athletes. Junior wide receiver Tom White earned second-team All-Big Sky honors, ending the season with 48 catches. He was joined at the wideout positions by senior Brent Bateman, junior Darren Dietrich, and sophomore Kelly Davis tabbed Mr. Touchdown for his 9 TD receptions. Senior Tom Malum and sophomore Dwayne Baker provided strong backup at tight end. The Bobcat backfield problems were solved by the emergence of David Pent and Tim Clements at running back and Jesse Jones and Eric Miller at fullback. Pent and Clements combined for 751 yards rushing and 60 pass receptions for 644 more yards. Jones was the Bobcats' second leading rusher and receiver, and Miller was an outstanding blocker and scored 4 touchdowns. When you talk about the Bobcat season, the play of MSU's special teams has to be mentioned. Senior Dirk Nelson led the Big Sky punters with a 44.2-yard average and went on to earn first-team All-America honors. Nelson, with his booming punts that put 21 balls dead inside the opponent's 20-yard line, bottled up the opposition all season long. Mark Carter was the other half of the Bobcat kicking duo. The Issaquah Washington native became the all-time leading field goal kicker in Bobcat history during the Northern Arizona game when he kicked his 45th three-pointer. He ended his career 48 of 78, an outstanding effort for the 4-year starter. And, of course, there was the long snapper Jeff Michael, a freshman quarterback who had the pressure-packed assignment and came through with flying colors. And how about the all-around special teams play of John Kinnock, Ken Lang, Ron Hansen, William Johnson, Tyler Winter, and others, who made the Bobcats a complete team, a championship team. After Charleston was completed, the Bobcats had the Big Sky Conference Championship. And now they had to move on to the next step, the quarterfinals of the NCAA Division I AA playoffs and the Indians from Arkansas State University. Arkansas State reached the quarterfinal game on the strength of a 37-10 first-round win over Tennessee Chattanooga. The Indians brought a powerful running game and an opportunistic defense to Bozeman and had the upper hand early.
Big rush on Bradley. He gets it off, and it's picked off. That is number 18, Billy Ray Bowers, Billy Ray Bowers, and he's going to take it into the end zone for an Arkansas State touchdown.
Davis split left, Darren Dietrich split to the right side. Bradley gets his pass picked off by Billy Ray Bowers. He is not going to be touched. And he'll go in for his second score of the ball game, and Billy Ray Bowers has turned into the hero here in the first half. Down 14-0 with 9 minutes left in the second quarter, the Bobcats began to click. Facing a crucial 4th down and 8 situation, Kelly Bradley came up with the play that turned the football game around. Trailing 14-0, Bradley has all kinds of time looking for a receiver. Now he's going to try to run for the first down. Let's see how close he gets. It all depends on the marks. It looks like a Bobcat first down. Long count by Bradley. And he hits Darren Dietrich for the touchdown. So Darren Dietrich, a junior college transfer out of Colorado Community College, gets the Bobcats on the scoreboard. The halftime score read Arkansas State 14, Montana State 7. And Bobcat coach Dave Arnold knew that turnovers were his squad's biggest problem.
Well, we just said, let's get the first down. You know, we get a penalty for delay of game. We had to get a first down. We had to get 7 on the board, get back in the thing, and we did. We're just killing ourselves. Jerry Holt and Mack with 2 interceptions for touchdowns. Our defense is playing pretty well.
The second half started slow for both teams as the defenses dominated play. And a good tackle that time by Joe Roberts as he came up to stop Keith Weaver. Good open field tackle. With 9 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter, the Bobcats took over on their own 20-yard line. Using a drive that mixed the run and the pass effectively, the Cats marched downfield to knot the score. Stomp Allen in motion. And he's going to Joe Bedell. Joe Bedell to the 10. Joe Bedell out of bounds at the 10-yard line. The Indians are showing blitz. They back off. Bradley's going to loft it up for Kelly Davis. Touchdown. With the score tied at 14, the rest of the game belonged to the Bobcat defense, led by junior defensive end Cleet Linebarger and company. Dwayne Brown under center with the wishbone to give to Jefferson. No, Brown has kept it. Bad pitch, and Montana State will recover. I believe that is Buck Fellows. Fumble, and the Cats get it. Cleet Linebarger on top. Dunick left, Julius Lewis right. Brown over the middle, it's intercepted. Cleet Linebarger. While the MSU defense provided the big breaks, the Bobcat offense got things going. Quick look in, that's going to Darren Dietrich, and he's into the end zone. Third down play in this ball game, 10:35 left. Bradley almost fumbles the snap. And now he finds Dietrich, who's all alone. It's going to be now 4th down, goal to go for the Bobcats. A big play here. Kelly Bradley keeps it, goes in the end zone, touchdown. It was a fitting end for the Indians as the final play of the game typified the Bobcats' win over Arkansas State.
Great credit to these kids. I'll tell you what, they're winners. Now we're in the top 4 in the country. We're at home again, and let's get these people out. Let's get a few more out here and get after it. Bring on Rhode Island.
Bring on Rhode Island, the chant from Bobcat coach Dave Arnold. Next up, the semifinals and a talented Rhode Island University team. For the second week in a row, the Bobcats were granted the home field advantage. The first ever meeting between the two schools would prove to be the stiffest test of the season for the Bobcats, and better than 13,000 fans at Reno 8 Sales Stadium witnessed a classic matchup of 2 passing teams. As would happen most of the season, the Bobcats found themselves trailing early in the ballgame as Rhode Island took a 7-0 first quarter lead. Montana State, who had come from behind in 10 of their 12 victories in 1984, were true to form again as the Cats rallied behind a potent air attack.
It's going to bring Kelly Davis in motion to the right side. Dietrich is over here. Rally looking this way. There's Davis at the 5. It's a touchdown. Montana State has come right back to score. Kelly Bradley sets the ball club down. Alan White sprinting toward the corner of the end zone. A diving catch, a touchdown. Oh, what a reception.
The Bobcats would take a 12-7 lead into the locker room at halftime. But in the second half, Rhode Island would show why they were worthy of their number 2 national ranking.
Wants to throw it quick. Couldn't get rid of it. Now does up the middle. It is a touchdown. He made the catch. Working and working, picking it apart. Short yardage here, short yardage there. Now he's going to go deep, looking for Damian Riley. And here's a touchdown. A tremendous catch by Damian Riley.
Down 20-12, the Bobcats came back with some air magic of their own.
Riley this time going deep for Davis. It's complete at the 30, at the 25. He's going to go. It's a touchdown, Montana State. Billy Davis beat his man deep and slipped the tackle.
Rhode Island wasn't satisfied with just a 2-point lead as they proceeded to march towards another score. On the verge of having the game slip away, the Bobcats came up with what could be called the biggest defensive play in the school's history.
They lead by 2. They're at the 13-yard line. Earhart in the end zone, intercepted. A big defensive play for Montana State. They're at the 40. They're at midfield. And they're going to go for Montana State.
The 97-yard return by Roberts etches his name in both the NCAA and the MSU record books with the longest interception return. Following the big play by Roberts and a 25-20 Montana State lead, the Bobcats came up with another turnover.
That ball's a loose ball. It's anybody's ball. A fight for the football, and Montana State has it. And now look at them in Bozeman. This ball game has turned around. Look at the excitement.
And Eric Miller puts the game away.
He probably feels worse than anybody about the whole thing right now. Here's Miller with some running room up the middle. Broke a tackle. He's at the 10. He's going to score. And that one just may do it. Eric Miller with a big, big run. And look at the whole Montana State bench is coming on the field to celebrate.
The final chapter of a remarkable football season was about to unfold for the Montana State University football team as the Bobcats had earned a trip to Charleston, South Carolina and the NCAA Division I AA National Championship game. Bobcats, winners of 9 straight games and 11-2 on the season, would meet the Bulldogs of Louisiana Tech University. The trip south for the Bobcats was an exciting one, and they weren't alone. The blue and gold was out in force as nearly 1,000 fans would make the 2,000-mile journey to one of the nation's most historic cities. It was a festive atmosphere surrounding the game. It was the national championship, a game that nearly 15 weeks earlier people thought impossible. It was the first ever appearance in the 1AA title game for both teams, and it was the Bobcat defense that set the tone early as Troy Timmer got the first of MSU's 11 quarterback sacks.
All right, Gandy Green lights him terrible, and Gandy gets a big rush, and he is beheaded. Troy Timmer, number 71, nailed him for a 10-yard sack.
Gandy to throw. Stops, has some time, now running out of time, now tries to run for it. Mark Fellows trips him up, doesn't get him. Gandy lets it go. It's intercepted by Derek Abel at the 29-yard line of Tech.
The interception by Abel and a third down Bradley to Jones pass set up MSU's first points.
Ball is down, the kick is up, he has the distance, and he has the range. So the Bobcats get on the board on a 33-yard field goal by Mark Carter.
Again, the Bobcat defense stifled the Tech offensive attack.
Lights and David Green on the split backs. Here's David Green, can't find a hole. Number 59 comes through, Lonnie Burt, the middle guard.
The left side is Sherman. Gandy to throw. Pressure's on. Here comes Troy Timmer. Hits him once, and then Fellows comes in and polishes him off back inside the 5-yard line. Not going to send the 10 men. But it is blocked by William Johnson. Straight up in the air, will hit at the 25 and be downed right there, I believe, by the Bobcats. That'll bounce up to the 30-yard line. The Bobcats will have it there.
The Montana State offense, slowed early, came to life as the Bradley to Bignell combination emerged once again.
First down on the 17. Oh, look at that line. They're forming a fort in front of Bradley. He throws it in the end zone. Touchdown! Joe Bignell was all alone near the end line.
It wasn't a one-man show for the Cat defense. Tex Sikora and Doug Kimball also got into the act.
David Green, good defensive play. Tex Sikora, a tackle on the right side, seeped in behind and had great pursuit.
And he straight drop, wants to throw, has some time, rolling to his right now, trying to get away. Sikora's going to sack him. Sikora gets him for a loss back to the 16-yard line. Gandy, the throw, has some time. Steps up, lets her go over the middle. It is intercepted again by Doug Kimball of the Bobcats. So Kimball adds to his school record in interceptions as he...
The Bobcats then put together a 7-play, 80-yard drive.
Tech showing blitz. Bradley picks it up over the middle, completes it to Bignell, who hangs on. Bignell lines up on the right side. Bradley to throw, has some time over the middle, completes it to Jesse Jones out of the backfield. And Bradley to throw again, a lot of time. Looking, running out of time, lets it go over the middle, puts it up for grabs, and Tommy White grabs it. Bradley to throw again, no, the draw to Jesse Jones up the middle. Bradley to throw again, down deep over the middle, there's Bignell, he'll have it, he'll go in for the touchdown. Joe Bignell makes the catch for the touchdown from 34 yards out. The Bobcats are on the board again.
It didn't take the Cat defense long to get the ball back for Bradley and company.
Perfectly thrown to Joe Bignell. What a combination we've seen in this first half. Mark Carter will try this field goal from 48 yards out, as long as 46. He's just set a new long for himself. 48 yards and it's good.
Carter's field goal gave MSU a comfortable 19-0 lead at halftime, but a tough second half lie ahead. The Bulldogs opened the second half with their most impressive drive of the game.
And it's an end around to the backup tight end on the carry up across the 40 to throw. Looking, lets it go over the middle short and completes it. And right up the middle, fumbling the football after the catch is McDaniel. The Bobcats have it. At the 13-yard line, Derek Abel falls on it. Well,
And as they had in the first half, the Bobcat defense controlled the tempo the rest of the way.
wants to throw, rolling to his right. There's Fellows. Fellows has him, and Mark Fellows falls on him back at the 26-yard line. Gandy to throw, has some time. It is tipped and intercepted by Clayton Linebarger at the 29-yard line. Gandy to throw, has a lot of time. Cocks the arm once, now stops, wants to let it go, does it, it's intercepted. Picked off by the Bobcats, I believe Greg Wilkes is the man who got it. It is. Greg Wilkes makes the interception at the 10-yard line. Gandy to throw, steps up, the pressure's on, and he is belted down inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Gandy to throw, Fellows is on him, Fellows sacks him. Back in. Bobcats showing blitz, here they come, and wham, Linebarger's going to sack him this time. Gandy with the call, and he almost falls down as he stops the pass, tries to get away, and he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line this time.
The offense, led by Bignell, who had 10 catches for 130 yards and 2 touchdowns, also had their bright spots in the second half.
Bradley spins around, stops, lets her go down the left sideline. Bateman's wide open at the 30. Trying to find some running room. Will get down to the 25-yard line. And Bradley to throw, has time, lets it go, completes it to Miller out of the backfield, and he'll have the first down.
Louisiana Tech scored in the final minute, but it didn't matter. Montana State University had won their first ever NCAA Division I AA National Championship 19-6.
As the final 5 seconds tick off, we salute the national champions in Division I AA from Montana State University.
Coach Arnold and President Teets, on behalf of the NCAA, we're very happy to present you with the 1AA Football Championship Trophy to the Bobcats from Montana State.
Not only a great success on the field, but also in the classroom. The Bobcats landed 12 players in the Big Sky Conference's all-academic team, by far the most of any team in the league. 6 of those players went on to earn all District 7 honors, which again was more than any school. But the biggest academic honors went to Dirk Nelson and Doug Kimball, MSU's first Division I academic All-America selections. Academics are an important part of college football, and at Montana State it is proven that to be number 1 on the field, you must be number 1 in the classroom. The 1984 Division I AA National Championship is a profound tribute to Coach Dave Arnold, his staff, and all those involved with Bobcat football. But the real tribute belongs to those individuals who wore the Bobcat blue and gold for those 15 weeks of the magical 1984 championship season.